I'm Paul Strauss, the elected United States Senator for the District of Columbia. And on behalf of the over 700,000 Americans who live here in Washington, D.C., I want to welcome you to this special Farmer to Farmer 35th anniversary event. I'm particularly proud to have the honor of introducing you to one of my special constituents, Susan Gurley. Susan is the winner of the USAID's Farmer to Farmer Volunteer of the Year Award in the category of New Talent. Now, despite being a new volunteer, Susan quickly grasped the mission and importance of the Farmer to Farmer program. As a volunteer with the SoCoin University Graduate Entrepreneurs Cooperative, Susan used her skills and efforts to vastly improve the lives of those working at the cooperative in Tanzania. She collected an analysis of a youth cooperative strategic development plan and provided many recommendations on ways that they could sustainably generate funds from diverse revenue streams. She assisted in the negotiation and finalization of 3 contracts with internship providers that resulted in a reduction of fees for applicants that are going to save them up to $500 apiece. And even though she's back home in the United States, she continues to follow up with the SoCoin University Cooperative Program to make sure that the good work she started continues. Susan, your hometown of Washington, D.C. is very proud of you. And we want to make sure that even though we couldn't be with you tonight in person, you know how much we care about the work you're doing. Washington, D.C. may not necessarily be known as a place for agriculture, but thanks to Susan's efforts, that's changing. I congratulate you again, and I wish you all a wonderful event, and congratulations to the Farmer to Farmer program on 35 great years.
One of the things that I feel very strongly about, what I like about Farmer to Farmer, that it embraces the idea that we are peers. We are not there to push something. We are there to talk and listen, learn, and give our advice. And often we leave basically smarter than we left. I learned things from people at Sogecco that I have now incorporated into my current work. They made me smarter. And maybe a little bit more thoughtful, as my colleagues at work have mentioned. I bet Farmer to Farmer is very different now after 35 years than it was when it started. And one thing about these US government programs is they're constantly innovating and they're constantly dealing with changes. So Farmer to Farmer, I assume, has not been a monolith and has been doing the same thing over and over again. So Farmer to Farmer has always been able to innovate. And I believe while it is critical to be on the ground, and I still believe that is the best way for this type of program to work, I do believe the virtual aspect can be and will probably be a stronger component even when we go back on the ground. So I'm viewing this period as a way for us to learn more about technology, even old people like me, and try to incorporate that in the design of whatever we do in the future. And so I'm viewing this as actually as an exciting time. And I think Farmer to Farmer will probably start thinking about technology in a more active way in the design when they have either volunteers come in. I think, for example, if I would do this again, which I hope I will, that I would spend some time having more virtual conversations before I hit the ground, then do the work on the ground, and then also commit to do several months virtually after I've done my on-the-ground assignment. So I view this as an opportunity for us, even though it takes time for everybody, and not all of our partners have the technological abilities because of money, or so that's going to be something that we at Farmer to Farmer will probably have to invest a bit more as our counterparts. So I was incredibly grateful and excited to receive this acknowledgement of my work with Sugeko. And I was excited that my work, which doesn't fall typically into agricultural production, but more strategic planning, and also working on helping develop an externship program for young Tanzanian farmers to come to the US and Israel to work on farms, which was very exciting, meeting some of these young people who are going to be working in farms and getting the education from farmers. And they loved working on American farms. They thought that was one of the most wonderful things they've ever done. They're taking that money from working on the farms and the education and then buying their own farmland back in Tanzania so that they can take the skills that they've learned and actually follow that type of work that they did. But more importantly, I think, and I know this sounds kind of trite, but I think the Talent Award should go to Sugeko, because I have not seen so many small businesses that are being started as I did in Morogoro. Talking about the mango farmer, they are starting to sell mango juice that was being developed by Sugeko. They're teaching people how to become entrepreneurs. Do you know how exciting that is, to see the production of mango juice and then see it being sold in the village or in the small town, and then being able to drink it and meet the person who had been helped by Sugeko? I mean, that's really exciting.